Now, as somebody who's seen a lot of movies, I think I consider myself to be somewhat of a movie connoisseur. And in my unpopular opinions video, I said that Scarface is the greatest film of all time. But after rethinking that statement and rewatching a couple of my favorite movies here and there, I realized that there cannot simply be one movie that is the best. There has to be a second film that matches up to it, yet also contrasts it. And I've determined, after rewatching it I don't know how many fucking times, that it's 1995's Friday. So yeah, the title here is kinda deceiving, since I think it's Scarface too, but I already spoke about Scarface in that opinions video. Now, if you've seen these two movies, you'd know that they are pretty much on the opposite sides of the genre scale, with a few overlapping elements, mostly being drugs and crime. I guess that's generally it. But yeah, I never really got the chance to talk about this other absolute fucking classic. So that is exactly what me and my boy SneakyFreak are about to do. Educate those who are unaware and perhaps ignorant about Ice Cube's Friday. Now, if you for some reason have never seen Friday and don't know what it's about, it's a comedy based in South Central LA about a dude named Craig, played by Ice Cube, who got fired on his day off for some bullshit, and now has no choice but to hang out on his mom's porch all day with his stoner friend Smokey, played by Chris Tucker.
Hey yo, speaking of Chris Tucker, y'all can't tell me none of y'all didn't peep what the homie Cat Williams said about this nigga. That nigga Smokey might just play for the Chiefs.
It may have such a simple plot, literally just two hood dudes doing nothing but smoking weed and bullshitting for a whole day, getting into some conflicts here and there, but I don't want to spoil the whole thing, cause it honestly just won't do it justice. But yeah, Smokey ended up smoking the weed he was supposed to sell with Craig, they get fried together, and then Big Worm, the dude who basically has a monopoly on weed around the neighborhood, does a drive-by on them with his goons.
Big Worm, Big Perm, Big I don't give a damn. Knows damn well he wanted to involve himself with a different type of drive-through before he came to the conclusion of pulling up on Craig and Smokey. Nigga wanted to get a Big Mac, double cream with special sauce, fries, and a chocolate milkshake that he can double dip his fries in. Fuck he talking about.
Again, summarizing it like this is definitely not doing it justice, but I'll just tell you this, the pacing of the movie is insanely smooth.
Like Debo's bald ass head. If we was to take Debo's head and position it correctly, we could reflect the light off of it and blind God with it.
It doesn't linger too long on certain dialogue or situations, it really keeps it moving, but at the same time isn't too fast paced. Now, you may not have seen the actual movie, but I know damn well you've seen some of these iconic scenes.
You mean to tell me that bro couldn't feel that there was barely any milk in the milk carton?
Sweet Christmas.
You know, earlier Craig said Joy ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, but in reality, that milk ain't gonna do a goddamn thing to that cereal, nigga.
The snack that smiles back. Goldfish.
When Debo sent Red flying high through the air we breathe with just one uppercut, all I could say was, damn! I hope he got medical insurance. The cough in her hands while she's walking is such a nice touch to this piece. Like, we gotta admire the cleanliness and beauty of Felicia. Then the intruding on the bros chill day just so she can ask Smokey if she can borrow his car. Man, she's a great example of a strong, independent woman.
She belongs to the streets.
Red deserved to have this happen to him. But this could be the trigger that unleashes the Tasmanian devil within this nigga, and then he'll become a force to not be reckoned with. Walking down the streets of your hood during nighttime when you know that you owe a nigga money is diabolical works at its finest. Let me tell you something, brother. You better not ever put your hands on my fucking sister again, or else who you think you talking to?
Now, there are two more Fridays, but they really just don't have the feel of the original, which is pretty much essential to building a franchise of films. I mean, Smokey gets replaced by Craig's cousin because Chris Tucker said that he didn't want to keep doing the movies because of religious reasons. Whole time he was too busy hitting Diddy freak-offs and humiliation rituals.
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him.
And kicking
Chris
shit with his
Tucker
buddy Jeffrey on The Island.
Now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker,
Oh, Lord.
not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, the second one I don't think I'll ever come back to, but the third was pretty enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. Nowhere near as good as the first though, I know that's right, but Cat Williams was a big highlight on there. And it generally had the closer Friday feel. But again, fuck the sequels. We're here to talk only about the OG movie, which is full of iconic actors, characters, quotes, moments, and original soundtrack, with songs from Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, the Isley Brothers, and many more iconic artists. I can't really think of any negatives when it comes to the first Friday. Like usually when I finish watching a movie, there immediately comes to mind things I wasn't much of a fan of. Some plot points were corny and cliche, some characters were doing the most, some parts were just straight up painfully boring, shit like that. Even when I try to appreciate them for what they are, sometimes these negatives still ruin the experience. But this is not something I felt after finishing Friday for the first time. It was pretty much the same reaction I had after first watching Trailer Park Boys. Hey, y'all know how I am with Trailer Park Boys. I swear, not a video goes by without me mentioning the boys somehow, some way. But yeah, that's kinda it. Just wanted to hop on and talk about this classic with my brother Freak. Check out his stuff as well, you already know what to do. He's a great friend of the channel, and also follow the IGs. To summarize, Friday movies are literally just Craig chasing hoes, but right after some good shit happens, some hood shit happens, and either he gets fucked over by a stoner friend who decided to smoke up all the weed, or he gets involved with the local SA's sister, or struggles to pay rent to his landlady while watching his own ass so it doesn't get taken by her son. Yeah, I got nothing else to say.
I'm going to rehab. I'm through with this shit. I was just bullshitting, and you know this, man.
These niggas really not with me. Got a new strap, you know a whole 50. Don't tryna get me, I'm 5150. Feeling like Valley when I'm in my city. Walk a nigga down, show him no pity. In the trap, smoking on roast till I'm dizzy.
Thumbing on rank, somebody come to your city. They smoke out the pew like the pack smell bitch. I can get the top, but the hoe can't kiss. Sucker while I'm driven for